Jerry Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders are not on the same page. I'm not exactly sure what they're saying. I'm not a lip reader. If you are, maybe you can help me out. But it looks like they are having a very spirited debate, and they are not seeing eye to eye. Shedeur didn't look all that great today. He looked okay. He had a touchdown. He had like 15 completions. I think it was like 150 yards. But I can tell you right now, it looks like Jerry Jeudy and Shedeur are not on the same page. In this offense, it is very hard to properly judge Shedeur because all they do is run the fucking ball. I mean, Shedeur ran into a lot of unique looks from that defensive line. And I think they got to him like 3 times. And I mean, I don't want to be a dick, but the Browns O-line ain't that much.
Jerry Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders had an animated and heated conversation. What happened behind closed doors after this game is about to shock you. So, don't skip a single second of this video. And if this story touches your heart, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments. Where are you watching from? Let's begin. I'm going to be honest with you. The moment I saw that sideline clip, I didn't just see tension. I didn't just see frustration. I saw something crack inside the Browns organization. Something way deeper than a receiver barking at his rookie quarterback. This wasn't normal. This wasn't one of those heat of the moment, we'll talk it out later situations. This was a public fracture, a violation of an unwritten code every real football fan understands. Because here's the thing, when a rookie quarterback is sitting on the bench studying the tablet, trying to learn, trying to make sense of what the defense is throwing at him, that is not the moment a veteran wide receiver storms over, claps in his face, and tries to sun him on national TV. That's not leadership, that's not passion, that's disrespect, that's ego taking over when the team needs unity the most. And what makes it even worse, this wasn't just any rookie. This was Shedeur Sanders, the guy the Browns owner, Jimmy Haslam, backed publicly, defended through the noise, and believed could be the future of this franchise. Haslam didn't push back against the media, endure national criticism, and stand on that draft podium just to watch his young quarterback get humiliated by a veteran who hasn't delivered on the field. The emotional weight of that clip hit harder than people realize. You've got Shedeur, calm, composed, trying to focus. You've got coaches scrambling to stabilize an offense that's been inconsistent all season. And then you've got Jerry Jeudy in full meltdown mode, clapping aggressively, towering over the kid who's literally carrying the hopes of the future. It wasn't just bad optics. It was a breach of trust, the kind that spreads through a locker room like wildfire. Because when a receiver goes after a quarterback like that, it sends a message. It tells the linemen, the tight ends, the running backs, this guy's fair game, this guy's not respected. That is the absolute worst message possible when you're trying to develop a young QB. And believe me, Haslam saw that. The cameras saw it. The entire league saw it. And in that moment, whether the Browns like it or not, a line was drawn. This wasn't a sideline argument. This was a crossroads. A moment that's going to force this franchise to decide what it stands for and who it stands behind. Let me tell you exactly where Shedeur Sanders really stands inside that Browns building, because the outside noise has it twisted. And the truth is this. Shedeur wasn't supposed to be in this position yet. He wasn't supposed to be thrown into the fire behind a battered offensive line, a run-heavy playbook, and a receiving group that's been inconsistent all year. He started this season buried behind veterans. Joe Flacco, then Dylan Gabriel. Guys who had already built timing with the receivers while Shedeur was taking scout team snaps and learning the system from the sideline. So when people judge him like he's been running this offense since week 1, they're missing the entire story. This kid didn't get the full-speed reps. He didn't get the chemistry. He didn't get the luxury of spending months building trust with these receivers. And yet, somehow, when he finally stepped in, he handled himself with more professionalism than half the veterans around him. That's what blows me away. Because everything people criticize him for, timing, touch, anticipation, those things only sharpen with reps, real reps, starter reps. And even without those, you can still see it. You can see the poise in the pocket. You can see the way the ball jumps out of his hand. You can see the command he has pre-snap, pointing things out, shifting protections, trying to get this offense in rhythm. And the leaders in that locker room, they've noticed. The coaches have noticed. Even the defensive guys have said it quietly. This kid isn't the problem. If anything, he's already showing more leadership than veterans twice his age. Meanwhile, the wide receiver room. That's where it gets tricky. You've got guys who spent months getting fed by Flacco and Gabriel. Then suddenly, the ball is coming out differently. The reads are different. The timing changes. And instead of adjusting with their new quarterback, some guys, not all but some, have been frustrated that Shedeur won't magically play like a 10-year vet overnight. We've seen this before with young quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts had to earn the room. Stroud had to win people over. It always takes time. And Shedeur, he's doing everything right, showing up early, staying late, owning his mistakes in the media. Never blaming teammates, never pointing fingers. This kid is growing, and let's be real, some people don't like that. Because when a rookie starts rising, it exposes the veterans who aren't. Let's keep it real for a second. Because if we're going to talk about Shedeur's rise, we also have to talk about the weight that's been stacked on his shoulders. And yeah, some of the things people say about him, they're not completely wrong. You'll hear the same lines on every sports show. He holds the ball too long. He's missing open windows down the field. He's not processing fast enough. And if you just watch the highlight clips, if you only see the final stat line, it's easy to jump on that bandwagon. But when you actually watch the games, when you really pay attention, you see a completely different story. Because how is a rookie supposed to rip the ball out quickly when his offensive line collapses the second he hits his back foot? How is he supposed to hit deep windows when his receivers keep shortening routes or breaking them off early? How is he supposed to read the full field when half the time he's dodging pressure before the play even has a chance to develop? This isn't Madden. This is the NFL, and the environment around a quarterback matters more than people want to admit. And then add the pressure of being Deion Sanders' son. Every throw, every mistake, every incomplete pass gets magnified 10 times louder than it would for any other rookie. That's not fair, but it's the reality Shedeur lives in. He doesn't get the luxury of growing quietly. He doesn't get to make mistakes without them becoming national talking points. One bad drive becomes a meme. One missed deep shot becomes a should he even be starting debate. And meanwhile, while he's trying to grow, Jerry Jeudy, the supposed veteran leader, is out here regressing. 9 drops, costly fumbles, wrong route depths, moments of zero awareness. That's the guy who's supposed to help your rookie quarterback settle in? That's the guy clapping in his face after producing 3 catches for 26 yards? Let's be honest, Shedeur isn't struggling. He's surviving. He's navigating a beat-up line, a shaky receiving core, a new system, and the weight of national scrutiny. Most rookies would crack under that pressure. Most rookies do crack, but Shedeur, he's still standing. He's still composed. And that's why the tension in Cleveland is rising. Because if the veterans won't step up, if they won't do their jobs, all the blame can't fall on the rookie. And trust me, Jimmy Haslam knows it. Sometimes in the NFL, it's the moment you get disrespected that becomes the moment you get defined. And for Shedeur Sanders, this might be that moment. Because every quarterback who ever became the guy, every franchise leader, every face of a team, had a point in their career where someone doubted them publicly. Someone challenged their authority. Someone tried to break them before they were fully built. And the difference between the ones who make it and the ones who don't, it's how they respond. Look at Tom Brady. Early in New England, he had receivers questioning his arm talent. Look at Joe Burrow. There were players in that Bengals locker room who didn't think a college spread QB could survive in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, people mocked his mechanics for years. CJ Stroud. Some Texans teammates weren't sold on a rookie walking in and taking control of the building. Every single one of those guys had a moment where the room didn't fully believe. But what did they do? They rose. They answered. They used that doubt as fuel, not fire. And when you look at how Shedeur handled himself after the game, man, that tells me everything I need to know about who this kid is becoming. He didn't throw Jerry Jeudy under the bus. He didn't point fingers. He didn't match ego with ego. Instead, he said things like, this team is not going to be a microwave thing. We have to see things through the same lens. It takes time. That's maturity. That's leadership. That's emotional intelligence you can't fake. This is where quarterbacks are made. Because now the spotlight is brighter. Now the pressure is real. Every throw he makes, the team is watching. Every huddle he commands, they're asking, is this the guy? And this is the moment where Shedeur can earn that room. This is the moment where he can claim his voice. demand accountability, and build chemistry with the players who actually want to win, not the ones who are stuck in their own frustrations. And that's the beauty of adversity. It strips everything down to the core. It shows you who's with you, who's against you, and who's willing to work. Pressure doesn't break great QBs, it sharpens them. And if Shedeur Sanders uses this moment as fuel, as motivation, as the spark he's needed, this controversy could be the turning point that elevates him into the leader Cleveland's been waiting for. Because sometimes all it takes is one moment, one pushback, one disrespectful outburst, to create a quarterback who refuses to be shaken ever again. I'm going to put this out there right now, because this moment, this sideline explosion, this clash between Jerry Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders, it's not just some throwaway storyline the media will forget in a week. No, this is bigger. This is one of those franchise-defining moments that we look back on years from now and say, that's when everything changed, because the Browns are standing at a crossroads whether they want to admit it or not. And Jimmy Haslam is watching every second of it. He's watching how a rookie quarterback handled disrespect with class. He's watching how that same rookie took accountability when he didn't have to. And he's watching how a $52 million receiver decided to make excuses instead of plays. So here's my bold prediction. This sideline drama is either going to be the spark that transforms this offense, or the moment that seals Jerry Jeudy's fate in Cleveland. There's no middle ground anymore. If Shedeur rises from this, if he steps into that huddle next week with a stronger voice, sharper confidence, and the full locker room behind him, then Cleveland might finally have the leader they've been searching for since 1999. You know how wild that is? Decades of quarterback roulette, decades of instability, decades of hope collapsing every single time the season gets tough. But Shedeur, he's built different. He's shown more poise, more maturity, and more leadership in 2 starts than some Browns quarterbacks showed in 2 seasons. And when a rookie responds to adversity the way he has, teams take notice, teammates take notice, owners especially take notice. And that's why, if Jerry Jeudy keeps acting the way he acted on that sideline, he's gone. Haslam isn't paying a man $52 million to tear down his quarterback. He's not letting ego poison the culture he's trying to build. And he's definitely not letting any receiver, I don't care who it is, jeopardize the future of this franchise. Because if the Browns choose Shedeur, they're choosing accountability. They're choosing long-term vision. They're choosing the kind of culture teams win championships with. This is Shedeur's moment. This is where the story changes. This is where the rookie becomes the quarterback of the franchise. And trust me, this Browns drama, it's far from over. So, let me know in the comments, are you riding with Shedeur? Should the Browns move on from Jeudy? And do you believe this moment will be the spark that changes everything? Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and buckle up, because the next chapter is coming fast.